Hey guys, welcome back. It's Camo Outdoors, and today we're going to be trying something a little different than what we're used to. Well, Taryn's not, but I'm going to be trying to. So today we're not at the pond or at the Welborn spot. We're in my garage, and I'm going to try and build a cannon. So we'll see how this goes. Okay guys, so the first step was to cut your copper bar right here. To cut this with a hacksaw at like 8 centimeters from the end. And make sure you're careful because that has a bunch of metal fragments, which I totally did not get in my skin. Anyway, so cut your metal or your copper tube. Unfortunately, my camera was not recording whenever I did this, so this is the hacksaw I used for it. Fortunately, it's not recording. So basically, you just cut it, and then you should be left with this. You also need one of these little copper caps. So yeah, that's the first step. And whenever you cut this, make sure you use a file so it doesn't cut you, and then sand it. And then after that, I'll show you guys the next step. Alright guys, so the next step is to get some sandpaper. I just have some, hang on, I'll get it first. Yeet. I just have some of this. It's not too gritty, but it doesn't really matter how much grit you use for it. There we go. So next step is you take the end on your copper tube that you want to apply the solvent to, or the soldering paste, and you sandpaper it. So make sure you get the inside and the outside of it. By the way guys, I'm following a YouTube on this, a YouTube video of another person, so I'll link their YouTube channel down below in the description. Okay, so once you've sandpapered that, I think I'm gonna try and do the inside of it too. Okay, next step, apply the soldering paste. This is what mine looks like. I've never actually worked with this stuff. Here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Right there. But that's what it looks like. I've never actually worked with this, so this should be interesting. It almost feels like Elmer's glue, but like with Jello in it. So you apply it on there. I'm pretty sure whenever you heat this stuff up, the solvent or the soldering paste, all the flux inside the soldering paste will evaporate, and all that's left will be the soldering. Okay, so I've applied a good coating of it. I'm gonna put my cap on, and then I'm gonna get my dad so he can help me do the soldering. The next step is gonna be to blowtorch this part of it. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're going to solder. So I'll record that for you guys, and then I'll get back to you. All right, guys, here we go. Alright guys, so we soldered it, and with the blowtorch I got right there, I had a little help because the first time I did it, it kind of went everywhere. So we melted it and resoldered it, and it looks pretty good. So we're going to sand it to get all the extra off, and then we should be able to move on to the next step. Okay guys, the next step is to get a piece of wood, and here's how long it is. It's like 8.5 inches by, I don't know how long that is. It looks like 1 3/4. So get that, and then you put your copper tube on there and wherever you want it, and I've already put it on there, and then you mark 1/2 inch from where you want it, and then you're going to take the stick that's 1/4 of a circle, and you're gonna put it on there, and you're gonna duplicate your mark that you made. So from the beginning to right there, you're gonna draw a pencil line, and then you're gonna do that. You're gonna move down, and you're gonna draw another one, and you're gonna cut it out. So I'll show you guys in a minute what that looks like. All right, guys. So you put it where your mark is, and then you can draw a line. Your line doesn't have to be straight, it's just where you're gonna cut it. Then you can turn your stick around, find where that line is, and draw another line where this is. So you'll have to go over to a saw or get a hacksaw and cut on those 2 lines, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the next step after you've cut your pieces, right there, so you can see where I drew my line and then where I cut them, just like that. The next step would be to take your pencil and mark where your copper cap is on the things. So line it up, put it where your cannon where you want your cannon to be, and then mark it, and then mark it, and do that on the other part. And then once you do that, you're gonna mark it all the way down, and you're gonna file or sand that, so that whenever it's done, there's gonna be a little inning on this that you can stick the cap into. Alright guys, so we're done cutting them. This is our barrel, so they should be able to fit in the barrel like that, nice and snug, so that whenever you fire it or put anything in it, it doesn't shoot back. So the next step would be to grab some PVA glue if you want it to dry pretty quick, or wood glue would work fine, and just glue these on the sides of your barrel, and then you can slide your barrel in there and adjust it. And don't glue down the barrel, just glue down these little wood things. Alright guys, I forgot to tell you guys this step, but once you've glued on your 2 pieces, you just cut out 2 pieces of square wood, and you put one on the end of it and then one in between these 2, and make sure that the fit between your pipe and those 2 wood pieces is very snug, because you don't want this coming loose and blowing up in your face. So the next step after this is going to be to sand it to remove any corners and edges. Alright guys, the next step is to make the wheels. So I have this long stick with a circle on it. So basically you choose whatever size wheel you want, and you'll just cut like 1/4 inch from the end, 2 of those, and then you'll nail it where you want them. So I'll have mine right there and right there. So yeah, we'll show you guys whenever we're done. Alright guys, so we put the wheels on, and we ended up using wheels from this little car I built whenever I was little, and we ended up using the wheels, and there's a long metal bar going through the whole thing, so we drilled a hole through the side of it, and then we used some wood to make 2 wooden spacers to keep the middle, to keep the wheels centered. And then we put, this isn't attached yet, but it will be, that's the next step, is to use a metal plate that's pretty thin and put it on there, and then nail it to each of these little things right here and right here. Alright guys, so we put the metal piece on, and we just nail it with 2 little nails on either side. You still have to drill a hole right here in the cap, the metal cap, so that you can put a fuse in there, and then once you light the fuse, you should be able to fire it. So we're gonna use some match heads to fire it, but you can use anything. I have no idea what gunpowder would do to this, so good luck. Alright guys, so it is not fireworks season, but we found these smoke bombs in my garage, so we just took the fuses out of them and used those as fuses. And we were going to try and use these little pop things for ammo, but we found out there's not very much stuff in there, so we're just going to use some match heads like I had said previously, and we drilled a hole in the top. Right now you can see we had a fuse in there, but there's the hole through the cap. So now our cannon is complete. All we have to do before we fire it is put a weight on the back so it doesn't shoot off the table, and then we should be ready to go. So we'll try and get some good shots of this cannon firing, and then we'll see how it goes.
It's a dud.
Hey guys, I forgot to film an outro, so here is our outro. Thanks for watching. I had a ton of fun making this video, and if you guys would like to see more building videos or something like that, just leave a comment of what you'd like to see. And if you like this new kind of a long video idea, I guess, because ours are kind of like 10, this one I think is like 10 minutes long or something, also comment and say that you like that too, because we'll definitely be able to do some more of those. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!
For it. So, off.
It's a dud.
Wait.